What's up guys, welcome back to another video. This is Henry SVT here, coming at you with more gaming content, and today we're going to go through the official reveal gameplay footage for the day before. This was just recently released in IGN's YouTube channel, and oh man, it is looking fantastic. Now if you're new to the channel or if you haven't heard of this game, the day before pretty much is an open world being developed by Fntastic, and they're trying to really redefine the MMO survival genre. The game's supposed to place you in a deadly post-pandemic America, which now has been overrun by zombies or infected ones, and also survivors, which is adding a little bit of a PvP element to the story. So I've covered this game in the past and I plan to keep on covering in the future, so if you're interested, consider subscribing, and also please make sure to drop a like on this video as it supports the channel so greatly and it's highly appreciated. But oh man, if we focus on the gameplay footage, it begins with a little bit of what we've seen in the past or in the previous trailers with their off-road vehicles going through these wooden areas in this open world universe that they're really working on very hard, for what I understand. So definitely the motion of the cars, the lightning, the water that we see in a portion of the trailer, it looks fantastic. We can even observe different dynamics that impact the car's overall driving experience, such as the mud and other rocks in the ground. Now Fntastic, who are the developers working on this project, they've never worked on anything close to this in the past, and probably that's what's raising some of the questions in regards to this game. You know, they've worked on smaller projects for sure. The last one that they worked on was called the Wild 8, which is definitely nothing close to what we are seeing right now. Either way, I have to say that this is an impressive work so far, so kudos to them. But certainly there are numerous of different opinions about the game at this point. We can't really tell for sure whether this game is going to be as great as it looks on this footage that they're showing us right now, but for sure developers have stated that this is actual in-game footage, so there's definitely a lot more to see still in the future. So I'm highly positive, to be honest. However, I still have my doubts on what the final product might end up looking like. But if the game is as good as it looks in the end, this is absolutely everything that many of us have been waiting for. Just finding yourself shooting at zombies in a very realistic environment is just looking awesome. Now, something that really caught my attention is the audio from the game. You guys are able to hear right now the guns. The sound it's incredible, and personally I really like the motion of the zombies that we have seen so far. Something else that the game promises is a level of realism. For an open world experience that promises is looking great. We've been able to see how we can access a wide variety of locations, grab all sorts of items, loot all sorts of different cars that are abandoned. Even this trailer right here where we were able to see that there were multiple sodas, but there's just one soda that he was able to actually grab. But there's a lot of cool stuff really happening on this game right now. Now I want to mention that there are two interviews available, one from Game Involved and the other one from WCCF Tech, which I'll talk briefly of what was discussed on those interviews, as well. I'll drop the links in case you want to check them out. But developers from the day before really want to create a real world of the post-apocalyptic, which means players have absolute freedom. There are also going to be options to complete tasks, for what I understand, and this can be either completed on your own or with other players. So you can meet up with anyone whenever you want in this open world universe and be able to act as you want. So whether you can cooperate with people or if you want to rough them, then you'll also be able to do so in the end. Now, other aspects of the game is definitely a sense of belonging in a post-apocalyptic world. The day before has been mentioned in the past to offer the possibility to gather with friends in a survivor colony called Woodbury, and there's also a reputation system that is being tested within this colony. And things that you can expect or see in this game is a lot of interaction with the environment, a lot of interaction with the vehicles that you see here. For example, our little guy here who was just fixing the tires of the vehicle as well. You'll find yourself running out of fuel and other things that can happen to your vehicle. Something else that I was really interested in finding out about this game is that the zombies that you will be seeing here will be presented as normal people who was infected by a virus but won't have any type of additional mutation or transformation. Now, in other words, you'll be able to see different type of zombies depending on their body types, like their complexion and everything else. But you won't be seeing all sorts of creatures that have mutated or anything like that. So they're trying to stay into the realistic lane, if you want to call it that way. Of course, we're looking at a zombie apocalypse here. That's something that has been confirmed. And aside from the zombies, there will be also human NPCs in different colonies or different places around this open world, who I understand you'll have to be careful from them, as they are not going to be so friendly. So there's certainly a lot of things that are happening that are going to be included on this game, and that they seem to be promising a lot, certainly. Now, this is looking too good to be true, honestly, but you know, I've been proving wrong so many times in the past, so I really want to be proving wrong on this one. Now, something you might find interesting is that everything in the day before happened during the holiday season, so that's why you see a lot of lights and kind of like that Christmassy look in the game. But certainly things have stopped right now, and you know, it's kind of like the time stopped within that time period. So we'll be seeing a lot of that in this universe. But now there's certainly a lot of information from these interviews, but something that I want to quote from this interview is about the character progression handled in the day before, and whether or not if you're going to be leveling up your skill or a talent skill tree or something down those lines. But what they've stated is that in the day before, a lot depends on the skill of the player. So the game has no leveling. That's a little bit of unrealistic numbers is what they have stated, and they want every player, regardless of the number of hours that they have spent in the game, to be on an equal term with a beginner. So there will not be such a situation whether if two players meet, one of them says, oh, you're level 20 and the other one's only level 15, meaning that one will be stronger than the other one. But at the same time, the game has a special reputation system, which has been mentioned a second ago in this video, but they will be telling a little bit more about this in the future as well. So what you can expect is just mainly your pure skill when it comes to PvP. Now, another interesting question that was asked during one of these interviews, whether if there's going to be cosmetic items or let's say microtransactions that are going to be available for the game. Now, something that they said is that as for the store, they don't really care about for that. It is not what their main thing is. But their main thing is for the team to create the greatest MMO survival game. So there's no confirmation whether if there's going to be in-game transactions or not, but they're saying that it is not their main focus. Then again, my friends, so this is actually looking very, very interesting. Now, there's a few more questions that were asked actually during this interview, which I really want to share with you guys. So in terms of how large the game's open world setting is going to be, what was stated was that the day before features a large open world that you can freely navigate both on foot and by car without loading screens. So it's going to be a huge, massive open world. You don't have to worry about loading screens or anything like that. And the focus is going to be a big city, its surroundings. Players will also be able to explore farms, vast meadows, small settlements, you know, forests, and it's a very hand detailed world that they're aiming to convey in this post-apocalyptic universe. So we've seen a little bit of that just right now and a second ago in terms of this farm that we're at right now trying to loot. Unfortunately, we do have some company coming in our way. And something else that caught my attention is that there's a question here which asked, you know, how long is going to be the main story for the day before? And the answer really shocked me, which honestly I didn't know if this was going to have a main story or if it's just going to be focused on exploration, PvP, PvE type of gameplay. But answered by the developers on this question was that everything will depend on your style of playing and updates that they basically will be completing on a periodically basis, I guess. But they're creating a huge world with many stories. So it's not just one main story that they want to convey, but it will be a big open world where you can feel the atmosphere of the post-apocalyptic. You know, you'll be able to live in, look forward to new stories to happen. And I guess that's something that they have also mentioned, that there will be tasks available for you to complete within the settlements. And I'm sure many of you have the same question, whether if this is going to be available for PS5 or Xbox Series X and S. And the answer to this was that they're not able to port the game to your NAS for sure, but they're considering the next gen console. So they said that we should be waiting for a special announcement in the near future. Myself, you know, I really want to see a demo available for this game prior being able to actually purchase the game and see if the game is going to live up for the expectations. And I'll be covering this game in the near future. So If you're interested in keeping updates on this game, make sure you subscribe to the channel, as well activating all notifications on so that you don't miss any of my future videos. As well, I want to thank you for watching. It's been a great video today, honestly. As for me, this is the video that I had prepared for you guys today. I really hope that you enjoyed, and make sure to drop a like so that we can get to as many people as possible. And I will be seeing you guys on my next one. So goodbye and take care, guys.